If you're over 60 and waking up each morning feeling weaker, slower, or less like yourself, you might think it's just part of getting older. You might even accept it as normal, because no one ever told you otherwise. But what if I told you that the real reason you feel this way isn't your age? It's a mistake you're making every single night, without realizing it. I've seen this in my patients for over 30 years. Strong men, proud men, good men, and yet, silently struggling with the same quiet frustration. They're losing energy, losing drive, and worst of all, losing blood flow where it matters most. But here's the surprising truth. Your body isn't broken. It's underfed. Not during the day, but at night, while you sleep. Because right now, as you lie in bed, your body is trying to heal. It's trying to rebuild testosterone, open blood vessels, and restore circulation. But most men go to bed with nothing in the tank. No protein. No minerals. No fuel. Just an empty system running on fumes. And that's when the decline begins, not in the morning, but quietly, during the hours you thought didn't matter. In this video, I'm going to show you what to do instead. 7 simple foods. All natural. No pills. Each designed to support blood flow, rebuild muscle, and revive your vitality while you sleep. Because the comeback you've been waiting for? It doesn't start in the gym. It starts in the kitchen, before bed. Most men over 60 spend their days trying to fix what's fading. They take supplements in the morning, walk a little, maybe lift light weights. They try hard. They mean well. But they miss the one window where the body is already working to restore itself, while they sleep. You see, during deep sleep, your body isn't just resting. It's rebuilding. It's releasing growth hormone. It's repairing tissues, rebalancing your nervous system, and yes, recharging your manhood. But here's the problem. None of that can happen without the right fuel. And most men? They go to bed empty. No protein. No magnesium. No stable blood sugar. No nitric oxide precursors. Nothing for your body to work with. And that silence? That quiet starvation? It slowly steals your circulation. It leaves you waking up groggy, weak, and wondering what happened to the man you used to be. But this is where your comeback begins. Not with harder workouts. Not with more pills. With one simple shift, giving your body what it's asking for when it needs it most, before bed. Because when you nourish wisely at night, you wake up stronger. Not overnight. But sooner than you think. I want to tell you about Joe. He was 71 when he came to see me. A retired firefighter. Proud. Steady. But that day in my office, he looked tired in a way that went deeper than sleep. He sat down and said, "Doc, I don't feel like a man anymore." Not angry. Not ashamed. Just quietly defeated. It wasn't just about performance. It was about how he walked through his day. How he showed up for his wife. How he saw himself in the mirror. I asked him about his sleep. What he ate before bed. He shrugged and said, "Nothing really. Maybe a little toast. Watch some TV. Then lights out." That's when I saw it. Joe wasn't giving his body what it needed. Not during the day. But more importantly, not at night. So I gave him one change. Just one spoon. Of the right food, at the right time. Before bed. Nothing else. No new workouts. No prescriptions. And in 2 weeks, Joe was sleeping deeper. Waking up with more energy. More presence. And yes, more life where he thought it was gone. He walked into my office with a firmer step. A steadier voice. A quiet smile that said more than words. That's what happens when you stop starving your circulation at night. You don't just sleep better. You come back to yourself. So what was in that one spoon Joe started with? You might be surprised. Because it's not a fancy supplement. Not a prescription. Not something hidden on a top shelf at the health store. It was something you've probably had your whole life, but never realized what it could do for your manhood after 60. 2 soft-boiled or poached eggs. Taken before bed. Now I know what you might be thinking. Eggs? At night? But hear me out, because this isn't about breakfast anymore. Eggs are one of the richest sources of leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch for muscle rebuilding and hormone signaling. It's also essential for nitric oxide production, the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and improving blood flow. And not just anywhere. Especially to the places you've noticed slowing down. Soft-boiled or poached eggs are easier on digestion, which means your body can absorb their nutrients slowly through the night. Feeding your muscles. Fueling your arteries. And yes, restoring what time tried to take away. Joe started with just 2 eggs before bed. No toast. No sugar. No noise. Within 10 days, he was waking up stronger. More rested. And yes, more confident. It wasn't a miracle. It was giving his body the exact signal it needed, at the exact time it could use it best. Let's talk about another quiet powerhouse. Not a pill. Not a powder. Just one smooth, creamy spoon of almond butter. Now if you've ever stood in your kitchen late at night, wondering what you could eat that won't mess with your sleep or spike your sugar, this is it. You see, almond butter isn't just a snack. It's a circulation tool. It's rich in magnesium, a mineral that relaxes the smooth muscles in your blood vessels, helping blood flow more freely throughout the body. It also contains arginine, an amino acid your body converts into nitric oxide, the same compound that opens arteries and improves performance down there. And there's more. The healthy fats in almond butter support hormone production, while keeping your blood sugar stable through the night. That's crucial after 60, because sugar crashes while you sleep can quietly rob your energy, your drive, and your ability to feel fully alive in the morning. I had a patient named Carl, 74, widowed, recently started dating again. Still sharp, still charming. But behind closed doors, he felt something was missing. He started with 1 tablespoon of almond butter on a slice of whole grain toast. That's it. 2 weeks later, he came in smiling. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I've added 10 years where it counts." That's not magic. That's the power of feeding your arteries before bed. Because when you do that, your body responds. Quietly, steadily, and powerfully. There's something nostalgic about cherry juice. It reminds many of us of childhood summers or old glass bottles in the fridge. But for men over 60, this tart, ruby red drink holds a secret most don't know. It can restore your sleep and your circulation at the same time. Tart cherry juice is one of nature's richest sources of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep. But that's just the beginning. It's also loaded with anthocyanins, natural compounds that fight inflammation, improve nitric oxide production, and help your blood vessels relax and repair while you sleep. I had a patient named Leonard, 69 years old, retired bus driver. Strong voice, steady presence. But privately, he was frustrated. "Doc," he said, "I'm mentally there, but physically, it's like my body checks out." I introduced him to tart cherry juice. Not a big glass. Just 4 to 6 ounces, about 30 minutes before bed. Within days, he was falling asleep faster. Within weeks, he noticed fewer nighttime wake-ups. More energy in the morning. And something else too. A quiet return of strength below the belt. He laughed and said, "I didn't expect that from cherry juice, but I'll take it." That's the beauty of it. It's gentle. It's natural. And it works with your body, not against it. Because when you combine better sleep with better blood flow, you don't just feel rested, you feel rebuilt. Sometimes, the biggest changes come from the smallest things. And when it comes to nighttime recovery, pumpkin seeds might be the most overlooked tool in your kitchen. They're small, easy to miss, but packed with nutrients your body desperately needs after 60. Especially if you're dealing with weak circulation, poor sleep, or too many nighttime bathroom trips. Let me tell you about Don. He was 66, a retired engineer. Calm, quiet, methodical. But his nights were a mess. "Doc," he said, "I'm up 2, 3, sometimes 4 times every night." And by morning? He felt like he hadn't slept at all. We looked at the usual culprits. Mildly elevated blood pressure. Slightly enlarged prostate. Common stuff, but frustrating. So we tried something simple. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds before bed. Plain. Or mixed with a bit of banana. Here's why it works. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium to relax blood vessels, zinc to support testosterone and prostate health, and tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin and melatonin for deeper sleep. They also contain phytosterols, which may help reduce prostate swelling and improve urinary flow. And better urinary flow means fewer interruptions. And more complete circulation where it counts. 2 weeks in, Don's nighttime wake-ups dropped by half. By the end of the month, he told me, "I haven't felt this clear, this steady in years." It wasn't dramatic. It was consistent. The kind of healing your body wants to do, if you give it the chance. And pumpkin seeds? They just might be the smallest key to unlocking that change. There's something comforting about a bowl of Greek yogurt. Cool, smooth, familiar. But for men over 60, it's more than a snack. It's one of the most powerful tools to restore strength and circulation while you sleep. Let me tell you about Robert. He was 70. A former high school football coach. Big presence. Firm handshake. But inside, he felt like he was fading. "My body just doesn't keep up," he said. "My sleep is shallow. My muscles are soft. And I'm distant from my wife." When I asked what he ate at night, he looked surprised. "Nothing. I figured eating before bed was bad." That's the myth. The truth is, a light, strategic meal before bed can work with your biology, not against it. And Greek yogurt does exactly that. It contains whey protein, which digests quickly to start muscle repair, and casein, a slow-digesting protein that fuels your recovery for hours. Together, they feed your muscles, arteries, and hormone systems through the night. But that's not all. Greek yogurt also brings in calcium and B vitamins, key players in blood vessel tone, nerve function, and testosterone support. Robert started small. A bowl of Greek yogurt with a few chia seeds and banana slices. Nothing fancy. Just consistent. 3 weeks later, he told me, I'm waking up more rested, stronger, and more connected to my wife. It wasn't a radical diet. It was about fueling the body's repair process at the exact time it's designed to heal. So next time you reach for something sweet or skip dinner altogether, remember this. Greek yogurt isn't just food. It's nighttime therapy. Cottage cheese might feel old-fashioned, something your parents kept in the fridge. But sometimes, old wisdom knows exactly what the body needs. Especially after 60, when strength, stamina, and structure start slipping away. I remember Frank. He was 72, a retired mechanic. Worked with his hands all his life. But now, he told me, they didn't feel like his anymore. My grip is weaker. My muscles are soft. I just don't feel solid. He wasn't looking for a magic bullet, just a way to feel capable again. So I recommended something simple. Half a cup of cottage cheese before bed. Here's why it works. Cottage cheese is rich in casein protein, a slow-digesting fuel that releases amino acids gradually throughout the night. This gives your body exactly what it needs to rebuild muscle, repair tissue, and strengthen the very systems that support blood flow and hormone production. It's also packed with leucine, an amino acid that acts like a key, flipping the switch for muscle growth. And don't forget the calcium, which helps relax blood vessels and supports a steady heartbeat. Both crucial for men concerned about circulation and performance. Frank didn't change much. Just added cottage cheese with a bit of cinnamon or berries before bed. A few weeks in, he came back with a quiet confidence. I sleep better. I wake up stronger. My wife noticed too, he said, smiling. That's the power of quiet repair. When you give your body slow, steady fuel, it remembers how to rebuild. And sometimes, that starts with one spoon of something you've overlooked for years. There are moments in my practice when a man sits across from me, tired, frustrated, quietly fading. He's done the supplements. He's eating cleaner. He's trying everything, but still feels like he's slipping away. And that's when I share something I only give to patients who are ready to rebuild. The nighttime shake I call the reset button. This isn't about trends or hype. It's not some miracle powder from a store shelf. It's a simple blend of ingredients that work with your biology to restore what time, stress, and age have worn down. Here's the formula. 1 scoop of whey protein, fast-absorbing, rich in amino acids, triggers repair. 1 scoop of collagen peptides, rebuilds connective tissue, blood vessel lining, and skin. 3 grams of leucine, the master switch for muscle growth, even in older adults. Blend it all with unsweetened almond milk and a pinch of cinnamon for added flavor and blood sugar support. I gave this shake to George. He was 75, recovering from surgery, had lost muscle and confidence. He told me, I just want to feel like I'm rebuilding again. Within a few weeks, his posture improved. His hands steadied. His energy returned. And something deeper shifted, his sense of pride. I'm finally coming back, he said. Not just in my body. In who I am. That's what happens when you stop hoping, and start feeding your recovery. This shake isn't magic. It's targeted. And for many men, it's the first thing that actually works. Because your body isn't done. It's just waiting for the right support at the right time. I've met hundreds of men who were doing everything right. They cleaned up their diets. They walked every day. They cut back on alcohol and sugar. And yet, they still felt stuck. Still tired. Still unmotivated. Still wondering why nothing was changing. So they came to me, frustrated, and asked the same question. Doc, why isn't it working? And more often than not, the answer came down to one small window of time. The hour before bed. You see, this is the most overlooked opportunity in a man's entire day. Your body is primed to rebuild while you sleep. That's when growth hormone surges, tissues regenerate, and blood vessels repair. But without the right fuel? Your body just stalls. And here's where most men go wrong. They eat nothing before bed, thinking it's healthier. Or they grab a late-night snack, high in sugar or processed carbs. Or worse, they go to sleep slightly inflamed, dehydrated, or undernourished. And all of this? It sabotages the one chance your body has to do its deepest healing. I remember Thomas. 68, former construction worker, strong but worn down. He was trying hard. walking, lifting light weights, even doing breath work. But at night, he'd skip dinner or eat something random. We made one change: a scoop of cottage cheese, or a simple shake with whey and collagen. Within 2 weeks, his sleep deepened. His mornings were clearer, and his body started showing signs of strength again. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I'm finally moving forward." That's the shift. Not from doing more, but from doing the right thing at the right time. Because if you're not giving your body what it needs before bed, you're not just missing an opportunity. You're holding yourself back. One of the most common questions I hear is, "Doc, if I do all this, how soon will I feel a difference?" It's an honest question. Because when you've spent months, or years, feeling weaker, disconnected, less like yourself, it's hard to believe that something as simple as a spoon of food before bed could change anything. But I want you to know, it absolutely can. And often, it happens faster than you think. Let me tell you about James. He was 71, a retired mail carrier. Strong history. Gentle eyes. He wasn't asking for miracles. He just wanted to feel better when he woke up, more steady, more connected to his wife. We started him on the same nighttime routine you're learning here. Protein, minerals, natural circulation support. Nothing extreme. Just consistent nourishment before bed. After 7 nights, he told me, "I'm sleeping deeper. Less tossing and turning. I feel like I'm finally resting." That's where healing begins. Real rest. By night 14, he was waking up sharper. He noticed natural morning erections returning. His mood lifted. He even said, "It's like hope came back." By day 30, he was stronger in every sense. His stamina had improved. No more running to the bathroom every few hours. And something even more important returned: his confidence. Not just in the bedroom, but in life. And all of it began with feeding his body at night, when it needed it most. You don't have to wait 6 months. You don't have to wait at all. Because when you support your biology the right way, your body responds. And what it gives back isn't just strength. It's you returning. If there's one thing I want you to walk away with from this video, it's this. You are not broken. I don't care how many years you felt tired. I don't care what your last blood test said. And I don't care how long it's been since you felt fully alive. You are not broken. You are rebuildable. I've sat across from men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. Men who thought it was too late, that their best days were gone, that they just had to accept weakness as their new normal. But I've watched those same men come back to life. Not from pills. Not from surgeries. But from giving their bodies the very thing they'd been starving of for years. Attention, nourishment, and belief. You see, your body hasn't stopped working. It's just been waiting. Waiting for you to stop neglecting it. Waiting for you to feed it what it needs. Waiting for you to believe that healing is still possible. Because it is. When you stop skipping protein. When you stop going to bed inflamed and depleted. When you give your body what it's designed to work with, everything changes. This isn't just about food. This is about identity. About waking up and feeling like a man again, strong, centered, and proud of who you are. And that begins not with some massive overhaul, but with one quiet choice before bed. One spoon. One shake. One reminder. You're not done. You're still here. And your comeback? It starts tonight. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to overhaul your diet, buy expensive supplements, or become a different man by morning. You just need one step. One action. One spoon. Maybe it's 2 soft-boiled eggs. Maybe it's a scoop of almond butter. Maybe it's a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a few seeds on top. That's enough. Enough to tell your body, "I hear you. I'm with you. And I'm ready to come back." Because when you give your body even a little of what it needs, it gives back more than you ever expected. Better sleep. Better circulation. Clearer mornings. A steadier heartbeat. And yes, strength where you thought it was lost. You don't have to wait to feel better. You don't need permission. And you're not behind. Tonight, when you stand in your kitchen, and everyone else is asleep, don't just turn off the lights and walk away. Ask yourself, what does my body need to feel alive again? And then, give it that one thing. That one spoon. That one quiet signal that says, "I'm not done yet." Because you're not. Not by a long shot. If this message spoke to you, even in a small way, don't keep it to yourself. There's a man out there, maybe a friend, a brother, a neighbor, who's quietly struggling just like you were. He's not saying it out loud, but he feels the loss, the fading strength, the quiet fear that this is just how it ends. And what he needs isn't a lecture. It's not a prescription. It's a reminder. A reminder that he's not broken. That his body can come back. That there's still a way to feel strong, capable, and alive again. And sometimes, that reminder comes from you. So if you found value in this video, hit the like button, so I know this kind of content matters. Share it with someone you care about. Send it in a message. Post it to your group. Mention it in conversation. You never know the difference one quiet video can make. In someone's life, in their marriage, in how they show up tomorrow morning. And if you're already starting to make a change, drop a comment below. Tell me what you're trying tonight. Tell me how you're feeling. Because your story might just be the nudge that helps another man take his first step. You're not alone. Not anymore. What we're building here, it's more than just a YouTube channel. It's a quiet movement. A place where men over 60 can find real answers, real strategies, and real hope, without gimmicks, shame, or empty promises. Because let's be honest, most men are underserved when it comes to real health advice. Especially the kind that speaks to what it actually feels like to age, to lose strength, to feel disconnected, to wonder if the best part of life is behind you. But it doesn't have to be. That's why every video we create is designed to do one thing: put power back in your hands. Naturally, gently, effectively. And if you want to help support this mission, to reach more men who are quietly searching, consider doing one simple thing today. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to the channel. Backhand index pointing right, turn on the bell. Backhand index pointing right, and if you're in a position to do more, consider making a small donation. Every bit goes toward better research, deeper content, and a growing library of tools for men just like you. Because healing doesn't just happen in isolation. It happens in community. And when you support this message, you're not just helping yourself. You're helping the next man take back his strength, his presence, his life. One of the biggest lies men over 60 have been told is this: that it's too late. Too late to feel strong. Too late to fix your sleep. Too late to be intimate. Too late to get your confidence back. But that's just not true. Because the human body, your body, was built to adapt, to heal, to regenerate. And yes, it slows down with age. Yes, it requires more care. But that doesn't mean it's finished. In fact, I've seen men in their 70s and 80s respond faster and more completely than some men in their 40s. Why? Because when your body has been deprived for years, when it's been silently asking for the right fuel, the right support, and finally gets it, it wakes up. Like a dry plant soaking in water for the first time in weeks. Like a fire that's been waiting for a single spark. So no matter how long you've been feeling weak, no matter how far you think you've slipped, know this: you are not beyond repair. You are not past your prime. You are simply at a point in life where healing means something deeper now. And when you feed your body with intention, especially at night, you'll be amazed at how quickly it thanks you. Because healing doesn't have an age limit. And neither does hope. You've heard the science. You've heard the stories. And now, the next move is yours. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Tonight. Because change doesn't start with a 30-day challenge. It starts with one decision. One spoon. One quiet shift in how you treat your body before you sleep. So I want you to ask yourself, what does my body need tonight? Maybe it's 2 soft-boiled eggs. Maybe it's a spoon of almond butter. Maybe it's a small glass of tart cherry juice. Or a bowl of Greek yogurt with chia and cinnamon. You don't need to do it all. You just need to start. Pick one. Because the truth is, the difference between feeling defeated and feeling alive again can be as small as what you put on your spoon before your head hits the pillow. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the man you've always been. The one your body still remembers. So tonight, when the house is quiet, when the lights go off, take that moment for yourself. Choose nourishment. Choose repair. Choose to come back stronger. This journey you're on, it's not about chasing youth. It's not about pretending to be 30 again. It's about owning this stage of life, with strength, clarity, and quiet pride. Because your body hasn't given up on you. It's just been waiting. Waiting for you to stop ignoring the signs. Waiting for you to stop settling for weakness. Waiting for you to finally say, I'm ready to take back what matters. And here's the truth. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Just begin. Begin with one food before bed. Begin with one good night's sleep. Begin with one act of care that tells your body, I hear you. I'm with you. Let's rebuild. Because healing at this age isn't about force. It's about rhythm. About patience. About feeding the systems that want to come back online. If only you'd give them the signal. So tonight, as you stand by the fridge, or the cupboard, or the counter, remember, you have more power than you think. Not just in your hands, but in your habits. Take back your body. One night at a time. If you've made it this far, that tells me something about you. You're not just watching. You're listening. You're ready. Ready to stop surviving and start rebuilding. Ready to treat your body not like a burden, but like a partner. One that's been waiting for your attention, your respect, your belief. And I want you to know, you're not alone. There are thousands of men walking this same path. Tired of quick fixes. Hungry for something real. Quietly choosing to fight for their strength, their presence, their manhood. This space, this channel, is for you. It's for the men who aren't giving up. It's for the ones who still have more life to live, and want to feel every part of it. So before you go, white heavy checkmark, leave a comment. What food are you starting with tonight? White heavy checkmark, subscribe if you haven't already. White heavy checkmark, share this with one man who needs it. And as always, thank you for being here. For showing up for yourself. For reminding all of us that it's never too late to feel strong again. Because you're not broken. You're rebuildable. And this is just the beginning. I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong. Stay steady. And sleep well tonight.